Yo, what up? Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I'm Jose Morales Jr., and I'm joined today with my co-host Tim from Skywalker Boxing Media. And we got a special guest with us today. We got undefeated super bantamweight Adan Palma. How's it going, Adan?
Going good. Just here chilling, waiting for Friday.
I know it's fight week, man. We really appreciate you making the time with your fight coming up this Friday.
Mm.
First question we got for you, we like asking this to everybody, and it's how did you get started in boxing?
My mom put me in about like 12 years ago, just so I can be active and have something to do. And it went from there. I went my first day, and I just kept going, and I fell in love with it.
That's awesome.
Nice. Adan, how you doing, man? I'm Skywalker.
Nice to
How
meet
did you get the nickname El Gallo Negro?
you. My coach, Frank Barajas, gave it to me, and it just stuck from there. I didn't really choose it. I mean, it just got stuck, and
Right.
that's what I'm known as.
Nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of Frank Barajas, what can you tell us about your team and what it's like training at a Barajas boxing gym?
Uh, I love working with my team. We're very united. We always communicate. We all work together. That's what I love about working with my team, that we all go the extra mile to get better.
Sweet.
Nice.
Cool. Got a comment here from Rolling with the Punches. Says Moon Shoes. Salute, brother.
Salute, Roland.
Salute.
I was gonna ask you, man. You're 10-0 with 6 knockouts. You're starting off your professional career like perfect, bro. How was your amateur career?
My amateur career was okay. I didn't really compete here in the US a lot. I competed in Mexico because when the Olympic trials started here, I really wanted to go. So I went to the last chance qualifier, and I wasn't old enough. I was young by like a couple days. So
Oh
that's when
man.
I kind of acknowledged the fact that I was like, I mean, I'll just compete somewhere else. And I started competing in Mexico, and it was going better for me over there than over here.
Nice.
Yeah, and you end up making your pro debut to Mexico too. Back in the 2021. How was that experience? Were there any nerves leading up to your pro debut?
Yeah, the first day, the first time I ever turned pro, I was really nervous because I was fighting with no headgear, 8 ounce gloves, and then it's just different. Punches hurt more with the 8 ounces on. It's
Hell
nothing
yeah.
like the amateurs.
Yeah, it's a different style, right?
Yeah, way different.
You made your U.S. pro debut back in January of 2023. It was on a Alexis Rocha Golden Boy card. How was your experience being on that card?
It was good because it was my US debut and everything for me was new, like all the medicals, the what do you call it? The weigh-ins, like there's two weigh-ins, like the ceremonial weigh-in and the actual weigh-in, and like all the contract signing before you fight. So it was way different. It was like an eye opener because I didn't know about all that stuff. I would just go in there and fight. But once I saw all that, it changed like my perspective.
Right.
Yeah, and you pretty much answered our next question because we're going to ask you, what were some of the big differences that you noticed, fighting in Mexico versus the U.S. So I'll switch it up a little bit. Any crazy stories from your time fighting in Mexico? Because keep hearing about like weigh-in
Crazy
fiascos and stuff like
stories.
that. Yeah.
You get same day opponents out of nowhere. Like my first 2 3 fights, I didn't even have a face off because the people wouldn't even arrive. So I would just be like, all right, I'm gonna just fight. And then all of a sudden I would fight. I mean, it was experience though, because I got to travel.
Yep,
So that's how I
absolutely.
would look at it. I just be like, hey, I'm gonna go for a vacation.
There you go.
Yeah.
So your last fight was against Carlos Mujica.
Yeah.
How would you rate your last performance?
Uh, I would rate my last performance. I say it was probably my. I say it was probably like on paper, like everyone's opinion, probably my best performance. But I wasn't 100% because a week before that fight, on my last day of sparring, I had a sprained ankle because I rolled in sparring, and then for like 2 days I couldn't do anything. So I would like I'll find alternatives to like sweat. So, and then my foot started being able to move again on Monday. So I started running, I started training, and then on Saturday came my foot was still hurting,
Oh man.
Wow.
and I was like, I already know my foot's not 100%, but good enough to fight. So I didn't really like pay no mind and be like, I mean, I sparred with the hurt foot before, but if I can spar in it, I could fight in it.
Right.
Man, see that background is crazy because, like you said, a lot of
Yeah,
people they see the KO finish, so they're saying like, "Man,
yeah,
like hell of a performance, best I've seen him," and there's still room for you to be even better. You know, becoming 100% healthy.
yeah. There's still room to grow. Now I'm in my third appearance with 360. See where it goes from there if all goes well.
Absolutely, and your next fight is scheduled for this Friday, January 17th. You know, another 360 boxing card. What can you tell us about your opponent, Sharon Carter?
Oh, I've seen that he likes to move a lot. He likes to shoulder roll. He likes to use his jab. He likes to circle around the ring. But I'm ready to counter everything he brings to the table.
Right on.
Right. You fight at super bantamweight, right, Adan?
Yeah.
Hypothetical question: current undisputed king, man, Inoue. If you were to get the call, because we've seen Sam Goodman get hurt and they needed a replacement, are you taking that call now? Would you take that fight now in your career? If the
Yeah, I
call,
would take it. I like to challenge myself, and I believe I can bring something to the table for that fight.
Love to see that one. And speaking of world title shots, Adan, do you see yourself, fighting for a world title in this current weight class as your bandweight, or you think, you're going to fight for a title as you go up in weight?
I see myself fighting for a title because I want to, if all goes well and I'm still in this weight class, I want to fight for all the titles. Like go for them one by one. Or if
Mm-hmm.
I have a chance to fight a unified fight, I'll do it. But all comes with baby steps. See what happens because we don't know how much longer Inoue would stay at the 122-pound division. He's
Right.
almost beating everybody, so he's probably gonna move up and prove himself even more at 126.
Good point. I think a lot of people are saying this is probably his last year. 2 more fights
Yeah,
at this weight class, he moves up.
might fight
yeah,
Andrew Leo, maybe.
yeah. He could probably go for Leo or Nick Ball, maybe one of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, do you have a dream city or venue that you would like to fight out of one day?
Dream City. Dream City I would like to fight in would probably be here in San Diego one day. I already fought here in San Diego, but a venue I would like to fight in would be the Petco Park because like it's in the center of San Diego in downtown. So I would like to fight there one day over any other place. But dream cities, I'd probably say like here be number one. Two probably be like Las Vegas. Like who doesn't want to fight in Vegas?
Right.
And three would probably be like in a foreign country I would like to fight in one day. Probably like well most commonly probably Japan, Arabia, or somewhere in Europe I would like to fight for.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Has there already been a boxing card in Petco Park?
No, there hasn't.
No.
Not that I know of. I don't think so.
Yeah, because you're right. That with that being in downtown, that would be
Yeah.
perfect venue for that.
Yeah, I would love to fight there one day. Well,
You'll headline there, I'm
we have
sure.
three venues here, but the biggest would probably be the Petco Park and the new stadium they made, the Snapdragon, where the Chargers used to play before
Yeah,
it got destroyed.
what's the name of the one where I think the Top Rank had a show I think in San Diego not too long ago.
Pachanga.
Pachanga, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's been like three shows from three different promoters there: Top Rank, Golden Boy, and Matchroom. I'd say my
Nice.
favorite one was probably the first one Vaquero fought in when he fought Joet. Probably that one was my favorite.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
fight. And then coming back to kind of fighters on your list, is there kind of any fighters that come top of mind when you think of like fighters you want to get on, the ring with in 2025 or just in the future?
Not no one in particular. I just fight whoever they put in front of me, and I go and do my job.
Well said.
I was gonna ask you, who has been the hardest puncher that you've been in the ring with, and the hardest fight for you?
Hardest puncher that I've been in the ring with, like professionally, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Just yeah,
Probably hardest puncher that I've sparred. I mean, it goes in weight classes. I'd say a hard puncher that I've sparred before was hard puncher. I'd say Casimiro when I got to spar him.
that's my
I've
bro,
got to
man.
spar
Yeah,
him. Yeah, I've
I'm
got
good
to
friends with
spar him.
Casimiro. Yeah,
Yeah, I've gone to spar him. Uh, this he doesn't fight anymore, but he was a very like top seeded amateur, and he had a pretty good pro career in the beginning. Uh, Renato Gomez, I got to spar him once, and he hits really hard. And then toughest fight would probably be it's between two. It's when I fought my first fight here in San Diego at the No Boxing No Life show.
yeah.
That one was tough. And my debut fight at 360, that one was tough as well. But I'd say the one here in San Diego was probably like a little more tougher because I had to play catch up and I only had like 4 rounds. I lost the
Mhm.
first, but then the second, third, and fourth, I rallied all of them. But I'd say that one was tougher because it's only 4 rounds with such a little amount of time.
Yeah, not a lot of room for error in those four
Yeah,
rounders.
not a lot of room. Even in 6 rounders, not a lot of room for error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who was your favorite boxer growing up?
Favorite boxer, and I have a couple, so it's pretty hard. Cause I like watching like the fighters from like back then, from like the 90s and 80s. I'd say favorite boxers. I'd say Chavez Senior. He's one of them because of his body work and his pressure
Yeah.
and his head movement. Uh, De La Hoya. He was really good. His jab was crazy. Um, who else? Marvin Hagler because of his work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who else? Um, Joe Kawasaki. I like watching Joe Kawasaki because of his combination punches. That's four. I have a whole bunch. Like I like to watch every boxer and get something out of everybody.
Hey, you're
It's
well
awesome.
versed, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
but
Yeah,
that's like the variety in that list was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna bring up my uncle in the background. He's a California legend, man. Bobby Chacon
Really.
fought at
Oh yeah, I've
featherweight.
heard of him. I've heard the name a lot. I've never seen footage, but I've heard the name.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. His fights are on
Yeah.
YouTube. He fought all the best, man. Boom Boom Mancini, Alexis Arguello. He was a knockout artist.
Yeah. I'm gonna check him out.
Yeah. But, I was gonna ask you about Saudi, man. You said Dream Cities. You didn't bring up Saudi. Today they had a presser for
No,
the.
I did. I mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Better beef
Yeah.
Bill. What are your thoughts on Saudi and all that?
I think it's really good because it gets fighters more notice. Like nobody knew who. I wouldn't say nobody knew, but like mm, they made the Bivol Beterbiev fight happen. Those fights they would have been super hard to make if it weren't
Right.
for Turkey.
Yep,
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. For the next segment, then we want to ask you about four fights. These are either kind of rumored or confirmed. We want to get your opinion and see who you think would win out of the fights. If
Okay.
they're too close to call, you can say 50-50, or you can also just pass on them.
All right.
So the first one we want to ask you about, you mentioned the Saudi, and so we got to ask about this like almost confirmed but still rumored fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. How do you see that one playing out?
Say that one's tough because that was tough to say because Crawford has a lot of skill, but he hasn't fought like the level of fights Canelo has. Like in my personal opinion, too, Canelo's bigger. There's weight classes, and then also as well, Crawford. He's really good. He's really talented, but he's always inactive. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Like I'll probably get a lot of hate, but I think Canelo beats him because Crawford had a very tough fight against Madrimov, and I say Canelo, weight class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
weight makes a big difference.
yeah, weight makes a big difference. I
Canelo's
mean,
fought at light heavyweight, and
yeah, he's
Walker
almost
started
fought.
at lightweight. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean Crawford barely at 154, and he barely won, even though he won, but he's barely moved up to 154, and he's heavily criticized in that weight class. You know, some people think he didn't win. Some people think it was like not a good performance.
Yeah.
I take nothing away from Madrimov though.
Right on. Yeah, Victor agrees.
Yeah,
Agrees. Uh,
yeah.
Canelo about murder.
yeah, I could see that.
Salute
I mean,
everyone.
I'll see Crawford like trying to fight it out, but I mean, you gotta respect him. But honestly, like sometimes you gotta be realistic.
Yeah, you do. All right, and then just see David join, so I'm going to bring him in so you can say what's up.
Uh,
Let me bring you in, David.
Yo, 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 what's good?
oh,
What's
what's up?
good?
What up, champ?
How we doing, Mo Boxing family?
Doing good, man. Doing good. We just finished talking Canelo Crawford. How you see that one playing out?
Canelo, all the way.
No.
I got Adan. All the houses on Adan this Friday.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Let me ask
man.
about
Lottery
the next
ticket.
fight.
I just wanted to come say hi, man. I wish you the best of luck on Friday. I'll be there supporting you, and you already
Hell
know,
yeah,
man.
can't wait.
Mo Boxing.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
fellas.
I
Skywalker,
appreciate it.
take care.
Cool, bro.
All
All
right,
right,
later, man.
all right,
All right,
later.
later. The next one is Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney 2.
I'm going for Ryan because of what happened last time. I mean, everybody was saying Ryan was crazy, but I was like, don't count him out. I even said, I was like, don't count him out. He's probably just playing.
Right.
But I said, don't count him out.
Yeah, man. Those left hooks ain't no joke either.
I know those
Yeah.
left hooks ain't no joke.
We got a question from Adam in the chat. He said, "What's your dream fight, Alan?"
Dream fight, like against a fighter. Oh
Let,
man, that was tough. I
yeah,
say my dream fight would probably be for the undisputed title, but against who? I don't even know. I say probably Inoue. That'd probably be my dream fight
that'd be
because I
dope.
like, yeah,
You try to Tokyo for that one, Alan?
yeah. I'll go. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah. You got to be careful once you get out there, though. Don't take no food, no gifts.
No,
Yeah, I'm friends with Nonito, man. He's been out there when he fought Monster Inoue, and he
yeah.
told me some stories of what they kind of do, to get in your head and mess with you. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've
So
always heard it's quiet because there's never no noise,
yeah,
stuff like that.
they be doing some weird stuff to Nonito, man. He can explain on another show, but
Yeah.
Man. Now
I
I'm
guess.
curious because that's stuff that's behind the scenes. That's stuff that you never hear about.
right.
Yeah, you almost
Yeah.
think it's not even real, but like once you get deeper in the boxing stuff, you start seeing stuff, you start hearing rumors.
When Cool Boy Steph went out there, they were bringing him cakes to the gym and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
try to get him food. Yeah, you don't know what's in it, man. It could mess you up.
it could probably be like, I don't know, like banned substances and stuff. I mean, by discipline, I wouldn't need it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to make the weight, so you're like, I can't
Trying
have
to make
that.
weight. I'm not here on a vacation. I'm here to work.
Exactly. And then a question from Victor Rodriguez says, "How about a future fight against Katsuma Akatsuki?"
I
Oh yeah.
mean, he's a 118 pounder, but I mean, he's gonna move up eventually. But later on, probably like later in the future, I'll probably do it. But not a future fight. I would take it. I would take a future fight later on, though.
Right.
Yeah, if our paths cross one day, I know who he is. He's really good.
Yeah. No, he's good. Next question we want to ask you about, or the next fighter we want to ask you about. This one is actually confirmed. It's February 1st. David Envides, David Morrell. How do you see that one playing out?
Mm, I say I'm going for Benavides. I'm more of a
Monster.
Benavides fan.
Yeah, he can. It's a great fight. I think Benavides can win that for sure.
Yeah, I think Benavides could take it. I see Benavides rallying the fight. If they go to a decision, I see Benavides finishing this fight stronger. Because we haven't seen Morrell really finish up. I mean, many fights do they have? Like 10 fights, 12.
Yes.
We've
He
seen
got that Reggie
Benavidez.
belt. He had like 8 fights when he got that Reggie belt. Yeah.
Yeah, and Benavidez more experience. Whether they're like the Cuban experience and pro, it's hard because like I'd say, but I go for Benavidez. I see him rallying the fight. I see him pressuring Morel all day.
Yep. Don't see that happening.
Yeah. The next one that we just talked about earlier is Better Beeve and Bivol, the rematch that's coming up.
That was tough. I say it's 50-50 again. Because last fight, I was going for Bivol. I'm a Bivol fan more than Beterbiev. Because like everybody thought Beterbiev's with the knee injury and his age, everybody thought that was going to come into play, but it didn't. I mean, I don't see Beterbiev stopping him. I see I see the fight going the same way as it went. But for Bivol to win, he's going to have to circle around and not give not allow Beterbiev to have any type of momentum because Bevo had a lot of success circling around and combination punching.
Very true. We got a question again from Adam in the chat. Just do you plan to move up in weight just because there's bigger names at like 130?
Later on, yeah, when I start getting more of my man strength and I have like some accomplishments done at this weight class in 126, I'll move up to 130.
What's
Right.
up? Awesome. Coming back to you, Adan, what are some of your interests and hobbies outside of boxing?
Interests and hobbies. Hobby would probably be like, I wouldn't call it a hobby because I have a part-time job that I used to do full-time along with the boxing. I was a I was a welder for a structural steel company, so that was tough. That was hard to be juggling two balls at once with boxing and ironworking. That was
Oh,
tough.
yeah.
Um, Another thing, probably like going out to eat. That's what I like to do. Well, who doesn't? But I like to go
Right.
out to eat. I like to treat myself.
Cool. And then Victor has a question. He says, Beterbiev struggles to break Vivil's guard. What are some adjustments you feel he would have to make to be more successful?
Probably like work up and down, break his guard. To break people's guard, probably, man, that's tough because even I would struggle. I'd say probably like work the angles. I mean, hit him in the arms like Canelo does until they wear out. Look for those small little openings like uppercuts, punches on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the best piece of advice you would give someone who is thinking about going pro, making a career out of boxing?
I'd say about going pro. I mean, it could be both ways. You can start here or in Mexico. Say Mexico's cool for like your first 4 fights. Start there, like get your feet wet, so you could have an idea, knowing how it is, weighing in before, like the day before, then come over here, see what else there is to offer because it's hard over here to begin your pro career.
Nice. And then I don't know, what does it mean to you to represent San Diego? Every time you get in that boxing ring.
Mm, it means a lot because like not a lot of people come out of San Diego. We're just known as a border. We're not really known for anything. Just the Padres and
Right.
Chargers, but besides that, nothing much to be honest. Just the border.
Right.
Who should we keep an eye on, like from your gym out there, like in that area of San Diego?
And keep an
Or
eye on.
TJ?
We keep an eye on here in San Diego. I mean, I'm not gonna count myself,
Right.
but I'd say he's getting a little more active. They're not known. There's um Johnny Manzoor and Julius who are really really good as well. There's Giovanni Santillan. He's really good. He's from here. I grew up watching him fight. Who else is there? There's very little of us, to be honest, but I'd say, who should we keep an eye on here in San Diego? Like coming up, I would say, um, that's a hard question because we're kind of all on equal footing.
Right.
Right.
I used to know another undefeated prospect. He used to spar with Casimero when he was out there in San Diego. I think he's a white guy. Austin, I think Austin.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, you know what?
Austin
Matter of fact,
Brooks.
keep an
Yeah,
eye
there
on
you go.
Austin. Austin's really good. He just had a win in Washington right now. Yeah, keep an eye on him. He's done nothing but win and work hard. I've seen him work hard in person. He's a very hard worker.
Yep,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I got one last question for you, but Skywalker, do you have any questions before we wrap up?
Oh man, pleasure meeting you, brother. Wish you
Thank
nothing
you.
but luck on
Yeah.
on your upcoming fight, man. I'll be tuning in.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Definitely. All right. Well, the final question of that, it's not really a question now. It's just more so opening up the floor to you. What's the message you want to send to your friends and supporters?
You know, I'd like to say thank you to all my family members, my friends, supporters. Thank you for my family, my supporters, my sponsors for making all this possible. You know, I wouldn't be here without them, and also for driving up to go see me fight with everything that's going on. You know, that's a hard situation.
So, yeah, speaking of sponsors are here, Eric,
Yeah,
Minaga says, who's your best sponsor? 1998. Salute.
say Eric. He's been there all the way to all of my fights. He's helped me out in my camps with getting me my ice bath, my ice pod. I don't know what you call it. That
Yeah.
one. Getting me my apparel for my fights. Keeping us always making sure I'm good.
Shout out to Eric, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to Eric.
he's always there.
92, 98. Yeah.
And then Adam says, good luck, Adan. Hope the best for you in your career.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sweet. Before we let you go, Adan, you want to drop your social media handles? Where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram, official Adan Palma 619, and pretty much that's it. Just there.
There you go. Everybody go give him a follow on Instagram. That way you don't miss any updates in his pro career. And again, Adan, thank you so much for making the time during fight week to make this interview. Pleasure talking boxing with you.
Thank you. Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck on 17th. Later.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, brother.